a hilt with a handguard used for thrusting or striking, and now typically worn as part of ceremonial dress. Now, guess what? That's a gun today. A sword, anything that kill you. A knife, a dagger, and the list goes on and on and on. All right? And the list goes on and on and on. So the blessing that he got was that he's going to live by the gun, the sword. That's the blessing the Most High gave the so-called white man. That's why if you take a look at the Constitution of the United States of America, what did they say? The right to bear arms. The right to bear gun. Okay? So don't be surprised if you see violence, shooting. They just kept on sending weapon and weapon to the Ukrainian. Guess what? Yesterday, the Russian literally give them a blow, destruction. That's what we're reading. So this M777 howitzer, right? Right? He said the M, let's see where did they use it first. I just read it, right? Let's see where they use it first. He said, first used in combat during the U.S. war in Afghanistan. Why did they use it? In Afghanistan. The M777 is manufactured by BAE System, Global Combat System Division. There we go. There's nothing new under the sun. That's what God gave them. They're going to live by the gun. They're going to live by the gun. Taking how many he sent to Ukraine? And Russia just destroyed 10 and 20 armed vehicles. And this thing, they cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. You see this? The Russian not bluffing. No. Because you're too proud in America. They made you believe that, yeah, this is a mighty country, powerful country, and nobody can do anything, blah, blah, blah. And you believe it. You believe it. Because just of money. Where you believe that this is what is heaven. Let's see. Let's go back to the article. I'll read it, man. This is mighty. He said the ministry added that caliber missiles were also used to destroy 10 M777 howitzer and up to 20 armored vehicles that were recently delivered from the West and had been stored inside a factory building in the southern city of Nikolaev. There we go, your tax money. Both Russia and Ukraine insist that they only hit military targets and have accused each other of killing civilians. Russia attacked the neighboring state in late February following Ukraine's failure to implement the terms of the Minsk agreement, first signed in 2014, and Moscow eventual recognition of the Donbas republics of Donetsk and Lugansk. The German and French broker protocol were designed to give the breakaway region special status within the Ukrainian state. The Kremlin has since demanded that Ukraine officially declare itself a neutral country that would never join the US-led NATO military bloc. Kyiv insists the Russian offensive was completely unprovoked and has denied claim it was planning to retake the two republics by force. Right? So keep in mind, it's a Russian Deputy Prime Minister Yuri Borisov has confirmed the Russian Su-57 fifth generation stealth air superiority jet fighter have been used in combat mission in Ukraine. The jets have been repeatedly used in Ukraine, both individually and as part of squads. Borisov told reporters on the sideline of the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum on Saturday. He added that the plane's weapons were very effective. There we go. And guess, you know what the chief of the governor of that region on last Saturday, he gave a very, very critical and scary message onto the whole West. The West, like America, the NATO, the European Union, they delivered them a deep and heavy message. He said, listen, man. He said, this war, he said, this operation that we're doing is going to continue at least until the end of the year. So get ready. Gas price is $5. That ain't nothing yet. The Russians said this thing is going to continue until the end of the year. And they say still after that, we're going to make sure that we destroy every weapon. That's what the Russians say. The guy, the governor or the representative of the Donetsk region, and let me see the other one, I think it's Donetsk, and what is the other one? Let me see the name. Right, Donetsk, Donbass, and Lugansk. He said, listen, after this war, after this operation, he said Ukraine will be confined. And they said, you know what? If we able, we get Zelensky, Volodymyr Zelensky, that puppet of the Western, that comedian puppet, right? They said when we get him, we're going to bring him to the court and we're going to prosecute him. And guess what? If he get prosecuted, the people of Donbass, they're going to deal him a blow. Pretty much. Pretty much. They're going to, listen, they're going to prosecute him as a war criminal. Literally. The Donetsk, not in Russia, but the Donetsk Republic people, that's what they're going to do. And these are heavy things, brother. That's why we got to repent. Because this is nothing yet, man. Let me bring some of this article outside quick. I'm going to bring a couple of this article outside quick. Let's go right here. Because I was telling you, the United States of America, this is the devil. This place. And some of you, you proud. Some of you, you talk proud. Like you quick to say, I am an American with a very proud mouth, proud tongue. No. You need to refrain from being searched. The Most High is not pleased with. Let's go in the book of Revelation. It's getting in the book of Revelation. I'm preparing. Okay. Let's read it. This is the book of Revelation. Before I read, it say, you are a seizure of oil field. It's in plural. Not just one oil field. Okay. Okay. You can see right there. Fair use. You are a seizure of oil field. What do they do? Right now, they're distracting the people about January 6th hearing. January 6th. Another war. Small screen. They're just doing that just to keep the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native asleep, man. You see that? U.S. seizure of oil field escalate tensions in Syria. And the American, they're still thinking that this is the richest country. How can you claim you're the richest country and you're stealing other country oil? Like the Israeli. When you take a look at the Israelis, supposedly Israel is a rich country. Supposedly, right? How come you taking the taxpayer billion every year? The poor American taxpayer money every year. You take billion and you're rich. Supposedly you're rich. How can I be rich and I'm still stealing money, taking money from other people? Is that what you call rich wealth? I'm trying to understand. Maybe somebody can break it down for me. And who's doing this? The so-called white man. They say Africa is nothing. Africa is blah, blah, blah. Guess what? But they go to Africa to go steal natural resources. They're feeding off the back of Africa. Let's read it. It said, the U.S. has deployed hundreds of troops, and this been taking place since like 2011. Since I think 2011 or 2016. This has been going on since 2016. Now, this article was written on the 8th November 2019. And they still control until this very last day the oil field of Syria. Stealing the oil of Syria. Turning the country into a failed state. They're turning Syria, the United States of America, the German, the British, The French, they got blood on their hand. All your American president, it doesn't matter. Whether it be Democrat or Republican, guess what? They all got blood on their hand. And they're going to pay for it. The beautiful thing is that our God, Yahweh, He's gonna pay, they're gonna pay double everything they've done on this earth. I say all your American president, it doesn't matter which one, it doesn't matter which side, Democrat or Republican, they all got blood on their hand. Okay? Don't be too proud thinking that this is better than that, where the Democrat better than, no, they all the same. It's the same eagle, the same birds, the same Edomite, and nothing new under the sun. Okay? Nothing new under the sun. The same nation, the same people. It's just they use different titles. Some call themselves Democrat, liberal. Some call themselves what? Conservatives. Okay? Or Republican, whatever you want to name it. But is there a difference between them? No. They all warmongers. They all were warmongers, sorcerers, and witches. Nothing else. Let's read it. Stealing from other country. And you to tell me that America is about justice. What is the justice? When you go occupy the oil field of other country, cutting them from their food, cutting the civilian, the people from their food. You break that to me, and you to tell me that America is not Babylon the Great? Is it literally the Catholic Church doing that to the Syrian? Is the oil field occupied by the Catholic Church? Because a lot of you out there, you sample when we tell you that Babylon the Great is the United States of America. You say no, that is the Roman Catholic Church. Now, does it say right here that this oil field has been occupied by the military, right? By the armed force of the Catholic Church? No. Now, are we defending the Catholic Church? No. That's not the point. He said the U.S. has deployed hundreds of troops backed by armored vehicle into oil field located in Syria's northeastern desolate province. You see that? Who is doing it? The so-called white man. The son of perdition. Since this article was written, like I said, 2019, they have not left. They don't have shame. Americans don't have shame. They don't care. Americans don't care. They don't care. Because this place is the house of demons, evil spirit. It tells you in the book of Revelation. Let me go over there. Let's go over there. Let's go to Revelation 18, right on point. This is the book of Revelation. Chapter 18 and verses 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great. America is Babylon the Great, not the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? He said, Babylon, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils. Do you understand? This is the place of the devils. They live here literally. The habitation of devils. Okay? And the whole of every foul spirit, every wicked and dirty spirit. This is the place for it. Every wicked and evil spirit, that's where you find it. The wickedness they can't do in their country, they come to America, they ask for asylum, they come here and they do it. He said, this is the main reason why. And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Do you understand? The Mosai is literally talking about the birds. The Mosai is talking about men and women in this place. Men and women in this place. That's what the Bible is talking about. Men and women in this place. That nothing else than what? Wicked people. That's what we read in the Bible. You can read in your Bible. All right? He said, where they are reportedly building 2 new bases They have over 40 military bases in Syria. 40 military bases in somebody's country. It's a Turkish media have reported that large quantity of construction equipment and material have been sent into the region along with the troops. You see that? There we go. Tanks, imagine that. Armor, personal carry, and ammunition in somebody's land. Pentagon officials defended the renewed deployment at the press briefing Thursday. However, they resolutely refused to answer questions about U.S. President Donald Trump's statement that the troops were there to take the oil. And Defense Secretary Esper acknowledgement last week that the U.S. mission includes denying access, preventing Russian or Syrian forces from laying claim to the oil. Can you believe that? Who is doing it? The white men. They're great people.